Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Camping with Jersey Joe. Thanks for tuning in to watch. I'm going to give you a video I promised a while back explaining how I meet my power needs. First, let's say hi to the beauties in my life. There is Cece and Princess. There you go. I'm getting used to this new camera. Okay, now, and again, pardon my my camera shots here, but I got this new camera on. This is the first time I'm shooting a video with it, and it's the DJI Pocket 2. And the reason I like it is because I can switch from recording forwards and backwards, which makes my life a little bit easier since I'm not that keen yet on editing. So anyway, you're going to get to hopefully watch me not fall off a ladder here as I climb up on the roof, and we'll start the electronics tour with my solar panels. All right, let's go on up. Top of my rig. Okay. Here we go. Here we go on top of the rig. You see there's one panel, second panel in the middle, and a third panel on the right. The panel in the middle is a 100 watt panel that came with the rig, along with a solar charge controller, which I have since replaced. This solar panel here, and then the one on the other side there, they are both boondocking SIGs 100 watt panels. If you want to see more of what the capability of these panels is, and then how they perform, you can tune into Hobotech on YouTube and look up the SIGs panels, and these things are almost indestructible. What I plan on doing, especially when I get to quartzite, I am going to add another panel here, possibly another panel there, and I can probably put one or two more on the other side that can give me up to 700 watts if that's what I want. A lot will depend on the wiring needs that I can get done for me in quartzite that I will explain when I get downstairs. So anyway, that's my power right now. It's 300 watts at the current time. I plan to expand it to as much as 700 to meet my needs. And it looks like, no surprise today, I'm not going to fall down. Okay. Now let's go inside the rig. And let me show you what I have done here. Okay. One of my previous videos, you've seen the Victron MPPT 130 solar charge controller. There was a plain Jane solar charge controller here, similar in shape to this. Victron is, from what I've read and seen on videos, this is the best, and this is my second time using it, and I've had nothing but pros for the Victron products. Now, the reason it's here on the wall and sticking out is this is where the wires were for the previous solar charge controller. I would like to get it moved eventually down here into my power area, but that is something that's going to have to be handled for me when I get to quartzite. Now down here you can see I have a Li-Time 200 amp hour battery, along with a Victron battery monitor and a 375 watt Victron inverter. Now 375 watts does not seem like a lot, especially since I have a 200 amp hour battery. The reason for that is that I don't want to have a big battery draw on my house battery. I've got my life settled down to the point where I don't need to have a tremendous amount of wattage inside the coach at all times. Right now, all I'm running off of it is charging for my Apple Watch, iPad, and iPhone. I do have here my base station for my weather station, also my 5G router. Those are all powered by that 375 watt inverter with power to spare. Now, I've mentioned in previous videos what other power devices I have. Well, here it is. I have Blue Eddy devices. I have a total of 4 of them. I have an AC 200P with 2,000 watts. I have 2 additional batteries that provide 2,048 watts apiece, giving me almost 6,100 watts of power that I can connect together. And maybe if I want to run a induction cooktop, but mainly if I ever need to run my air conditioning unit, I purchased a thermostat for it, which is the white device to the right. That sets a temperature for the unit, and it'll cycle on and off as needed once the temperature is met. I tested it the other day on the Blue Eddy AC 200P, which is the main unit there, and I used 48% of power over a period of 8 hours. So that, in theory, I can run my air conditioning unit in hot weather pretty much overnight or most of the day. Now, going back to the roof where I have my solar panels, I mentioned I'm not sure what I'm going to put on there. The reason being, I want to be able to have installed in my power system here, I want to be able to disconnect the solar panels from charging the battery to give me the option of charging my Blue Eddy devices, if need be, off of solar on the roof without me having to put out my 400 watt solar suitcase that I have in my truck. So these are needs that I'm going to have met in Quartzsite, and once I solve the problem of the solar panels charging the Blue Eddy devices, then everything else will come into place. In addition, I do have a smaller Blue Eddy unit, an AC50, that provides me 500 watts of power with a 300 watt inverter. That's because right now at the present time I do not have a 9 volt adapter in here. I'm going to add one when I get to Quartzsite, but that is not important because I can still run those devices here. For what? I have right here. This is how I can heat water if I need to make coffee or heat up some chicken broth for my carnivore diet. I also use propane and a pot here to heat my water, but I'm trying to keep my energy needs down as low as possible. Right now I am at a pay park, but I will be boondocking within 3 weeks. I'll be hitting the road and probably not hitting any more pay parks. In fact, the only one I ever plan on hitting year round would be Thunder Canyon here, and outside of here I am probably going to be boondocking, which is why I have the power needs I have. Okay, why do I have all this separated? I believe in redundancy. I believe that if something can go wrong, it will. A lot of these rigs are not made the best, even though I'm very happy with this one, but still it could be some little fuse or whatever that can cause your entire power system to go down, and then you're done. It doesn't make a difference here because I'm on shore power, or most of the time when I'm in Quartzsite because I'm surrounded by other people. But there may be times I'm going to be out in the wilderness, or maybe not so much the wilderness, but out alone somewhere, where it behooves you to have secondary sources of power to make up for, say, not having any sunny days. Even though I do have a dual fuel 2,000 watt generator inside the truck that I can use to charge my Blue Eddy devices and even my house battery if need be. But anyway, there's my power system. Unorthodox? Yes. Does it fit the bill? Absolutely it does. It works for me. Now I've shown you now what it is. Anybody has any questions, but I am not an expert on any of these devices by any means. Do your research. But Victron, I do swear by Victron. Lead time batteries are excellent. This is a lead time 200 amp hour battery. It has been great so far. These Bluetti devices have not let me down. I feel very confident heading into this off season, where not only am I going to go to quartzite, but I may, now that I have black and gray tanks, I can go travel to a lot more BLM sites, Bureau of Land Management, and camp. So I feel confident now in my ability to do that and to handle my heating needs, my cooling needs, my cooking needs, and my charging needs. So anyway, this is a very short video. There we go. I'm back. Anyway, it's a short video. Again, any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. But again, don't ask me. There are sites you can go to that will answer a lot of your power questions. As far as power independent of the rig, you can go to Hobotech on YouTube. You can go to Will Prowse on YouTube. These guys I have listened to for years, and they will explain these devices in much greater detail than I can. But I just wanted to show what I do and why I did it. And while it is unorthodox, I am covered in case I want to make a trip to Alaska next year, and I'm thinking about doing that. Anyway, more on that later. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Have a great, great day, and I'll talk to you soon.